Might be kind of random. One vote, I think. Yeah, one vote, 100%. Should I do a video on why news anchors, news agencies, celebrities, unions, politicians, candidate endorsements shouldn't matter to you or anyone as well? Well, here it is. I kind of already touched on this earlier with how the government, I should say, basically took control of the news industry. Let me turn it down for a little bit. That way the microphone ain't picking this stuff up. Well, so I'm kind of not going to go out of my way to find do a lot of Google searching, all right, on this one, because in general, it's fairly straightforward, okay? But I'm going to kind of give you a bit of a hint, all right? All right, so I'm going to find Tom Cruise agent. All right. You think it's Tom Cruise? I'm thinking of, yeah, Cruise and Wagner Productions. You see, that's the American Film Production Company. That's the production company, okay, but that's not his agent. All right. But here is Paul Kaufman. Oh, you see Paul Wagner. That's the agent. All right. So, yeah, agent and film producer, okay? Now you've got a general idea, okay, of what I'm about to be explaining to you, all right? All right, now, in large part, I'm going to be slamming through a lot of information in fairly short order, okay? Let's say, for the sake of argument, you've got an online game, okay? And you want Mr. T to do a commercial for you, okay? You don't talk to Mr. T directly, all right? What you would have to do is basically call his agent, talk to his agent, okay? The agent would basically say, draft up a proposal, send it to me, okay? You would write a proposal up, send it to the agent. The agent would then read it, all right? Then basically, in large part, you would actually probably want to get a lawyer for this one, for doing this, okay? But I'm just saying in short, if you were going to do it yourself, okay? After you send a proposal to the agent would then send you back a quote. Then the quote would say how much money it would basically cost you to basically get Mr. T to endorse your online game. Then you would then basically go back and forth with the agent for a while, blah, 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 blah. And then basically, 9 out of 10, the agent would probably be like, yeah, you might want to get a lawyer involved for this part, because then basically the lawyer would then draft up the contracts and how much it costs you, and basically how Mr. T would say, like, yeah, I'm Mr. T, I endorse this online game, okay? All right, then basically, then after the agent then reads through it, then the agent would then bring the proposal to Mr. T. Then Mr. T would then read the proposal, say how much basically you would be paying the agent, how much the agent would get, and then how much Mr. T would get, and anything else Mr. T wants for basically endorsing or doing a commercial for your online game. All right. Yeah, this is pretty crazy. Okay, this is just all to basically get to. All right. This is not even you talking to Mr. T yet, okay? Then what would happen, your lawyer, Mr. T, and the agent would all then sit down and discuss a point of meeting. Normally, this would be costing you, all this talks would be basically be costing you money for basically the lawyer and talking to the agent. All this is costing you money. Not even getting to sit down and talk to Mr. T yet. Over this business proposal. All right. Then after you've gotten through that, okay, and after the contracts have all been ironed out, how much money it's going to cost you, and then Mr. T and the agent's like, okay, and 9 out of 10, a lot of celebrities will even have a lawyer. Basically, the agent and the lawyer would actually look over the agreement, okay. And then you got your place where you're going to sit down and meet at. It might be an office, it might be a dinner, it might be a brunch or something. You'd be surprised how many of these is actually done at a restaurant, at a private dinner event or something. Okay. Now you would actually sit down with your lawyer, the agent, and Mr. T. And then what happened is then you would actually be like, all right, here's contracts. We've negotiated, we've discussed it. You would then submit the contracts, okay? Now this is where things might go south for you, okay? Trying to get just Mr. T to do your commercial for your video game, okay? For your online game, all right? Or your app, okay? Mr. T would then sit down and be like, okay, he might ask a few questions for you, which then a lot of celebrities actually pass it through your lawyer, wanting your lawyer to basically answer for you. You probably might not even talk to Mr. T yourself, okay? This is all business, okay? All right, but some of the celebrities will actually might talk and ask you questions, and might even have certain stipulations, like you not only wants the head of the online game, you might even want certain people involved in the online game, like artists or designers or even blah blah blahs. Okay. Okay, now you're sitting down. Okay, all of this is basically just to get down to this point. Okay, the lawyer would then look over the contract, read through the contract, hand it over to Mr. T. 9 out of 10, you'd be surprised how many of these celebrities don't even read the contracts, okay? Alright? Then, if everything goes well, Mr. T's agent will sign it. Mr. T's lawyer will probably sign it. Mr. T's production company, if he has a production company, would sign it. Mr. T would sign it. Your lawyer would sign it. And you would sign it. And then he would go do the commercial. Okay? Okay. Now the bad news. Celebrity news anchors, okay, is the exact same way endorsing celebrities. This is no joke. Okay? Let's say the Democratic Party wants to leverage Mark Hamill's endorsement for Joe Biden, okay? And you get his, because when I hate to break it to you, 10 to 1, not a single one of these celebrities runs their own social media accounts. Okay? Most of their agents has social media managers to handle their social media posts. Okay? Very few of them actually runs their own social media accounts. Okay? Very few of them. Because most of them has basically got so much money, 10 to 1, they're probably out buying a shirt and doing stuff that only average people dreams of. Alright? They're probably, if they're smart, they probably got their own businesses, their own franchises, like a football player went and played for the NFL for one season, went and bought a KFC franchise, and then he ended up owning 60 KFC franchises. So he's running his own KFC chain. I can't think of the guy's name, okay? Most of these celebrities that's actually got a brain in their head is too busy to run their own social media accounts, and they have their own agents, got their own social media managers running their social media accounts. I want to hate to break it to you, all right? And then when Mark Hamill's no different. That's why even what they post on social media shouldn't matter to you, because you're literally, they're actors, they're actresses, they're news anchors, they're all just basically adult pretenders being paid to say stuff, okay? So let's say Joe Biden wanted to leverage Mark Hamill's, celebrity status for his own campaign. Or even Donald Trump wanted Hulk Hogan's endorsement at the RNC, okay? their campaign managers would basically, shockingly enough, a lot of these, candidates probably don't even know that their campaigns is doing this. Okay, they would email their managers, get a sit down, offer money for the endorsement. Then they would basically bring the celebrity to do the endorsement. So they're not even be so wide open even for the celebrity to even do it, say what they want to say, or say what they think. Okay. So yeah, even during the Trump versus Hillary and all of the celebrity endorsements all coming out of the woodwork to endorse Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden first time around, they were all through their agents. They're all through their agents. It's always through their agents. Pinky and the Brain did it best when the Brain was trying to make a movie, okay? And all the celebrities' response to Brain was, talk to my agent. Talk to my agent. Talk to my agent. Because that's what it's really like. The Democratic Party, the Republican Party can't talk about policy because, well, suffice it to say, I'm going to show you why they can't talk about policy. They can't do it. This is why. All right. One was Coca-Cola. 5 cents. Between 1886 and 1956. Okay, so it was 5 cents and 1956. Okay, now it's $1 for a can. Okay. Man, I'm having trouble. I want to show you, thanks to Coca-Cola being from 1886 to 1956, and here it is now, 2024, okay? Means that this is a perfect metric, okay? Well, that's not quite what I want. I wanted 5 cents. I wanted like 5 cents, okay? All right. Okay, that's not the calculator I want, but suffice it to say, all right, if the Coca-Cola was 5 cents and now it's $1, you might as well just ballpark it to roughly 1,000% inflation. Or 100% inflation. Take your pick, okay? Since Coca-Cola was originally 5 cents. And that's basically $1 for a can everywhere. All right? Actually, I can do one better. I'll let that duck. I cannot spell. I cannot spell right now. All right. How many nickels makes $1? Perfect. A detailed guide. All right, it takes 20 nickels to make $1. All right. So yeah, there you go. Okay. Man, I can't spell right now. Like I'm trying to get through a lot relatively quickly. All right. News anchors has agents. All the actors, actresses has agents. And pretty much politicians all in large part follows the marching orders of the party, okay? And as I showed you when I did the video on how the government took control of mainstream media and news in general, okay? Pretty much all news agencies, okay, has their own parties that they're deeply invested in, so even then it's the same thing. That's why you notice, okay, in large part, because that's why in large part, like what happened to, pretty much in Hollywood, if you don't give to the Democratic Party, you pretty much hit your hit a brick wall in your acting career. That's why you notice most of the old school conservative actors and actresses have all basically been elbowed out, because pretty much Hollywood is neck deep in politics now. And it's stupid, okay? Like a lot of the old guard comic book writers used to say, political propaganda doesn't make entertaining anything, okay? Yeah. That's why pretty much that's probably pretty much, if you see celebrities raging on social media, they're basically on their hands and knees begging Hollywood for, please give me more work. Or 10 to 1, they're probably being paid. That's why when it gets around election season, it goes off the deep end. That's why news reporters, mainstream media news, actors, actresses, in general, endorsements for any particular candidate should mean as much to you as basically the last piece of shit you flushed down the toilet. Because 10 to 1, the campaign managers or the studios or contractor was basically told them to. Or they're basically signal boosting that, hey, look, I'm politically aligned with you. Give me more work. And if they're not working 10 to 1, they're not giving enough to the Democrats to get more work. It's all politics now in Hollywood. It's all politics. They get their marching orders from the studios, gets the marching orders from the Democratic Party and the federal government, because if you notice something, okay, I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into that because really, honestly, I don't want to get into that. All right. But let's just put it to you this way. You notice most of the ones that has gotten the barrel of the gun that were popular mainstream people were anti-war activists. Just something for you to think about. Just something for you to think about. The ones that were assassinated politically were actually anti-war activists. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, alright. So, you now know why, basically, any political endorsement should matter to you. You voted for it, you got it. And it's not pretty. But at least we got the rise of independent, productions and content creators. And why, in general, politically motivated anything doesn't work. Because you can't be political first in entertainment. It don't work. It just makes... Let's put it this way. If political motivated content was like this and they're basically putting their politics first or certain agendas first, okay, you're basically putting shit in. You put shit in the box, you get shit out the box. It's not complicated. It's not complicated. Alright. As always, thank you for watching, everybody. And 19 minutes of me not bothering to basically mostly doing most of the Google searching because, quite frankly, I don't need to, because literally you could go watch the episode of Pinky and the Brain when he was going to make the movie, and then you watch him literally asking celebrities to be in his production movie. They said, talk to my agent. It's how it is. All right, you could literally email, social media, any of these celebrities on their social media, you'll even notice it's going to be either talk to my agent, or no reply, or it's going to get deleted. Because wrestlers got agents, news anchors got agents. And then if you message even on your websites, studios, they'll even tell you to direct all communications through this other department. And maybe it might go up. It's ridiculous. It's how it is before you talk to anybody that's in the public sphere in mainstream entertainment. It's always through the red tape. All right. As always, thank you for watching, everybody, and peace out.